What's going on, guys? My name is Benzrihem, and some of you guys might know me as a contributor for the Florida Sportsman magazine, On the Water magazine, or you may know me from my YouTube channel or Instagram. Either way, I'm here today on behalf of rightangler.com to talk about one of their awesome rigging kits that you can use with your family for a day out on the water. This kit has so many different uses. You can use it to fish live shiners, you can use it to fish chunk bait, you can use it to fish shrimp, crabs, and so many various things that are going to help you to put fish on the board with your family, friends, or by yourself. So today we're going to show you some of the easiest ways to rig up, and the first one I'm going to show you is the absolute simplest, and you're almost going to laugh, but it actually might be the most effective, and that is just a free line small circle hook. Today we're going to be fishing with some shrimp, and we're just going to show you how we rig it a little bit later. But basically this is just a small little circle hook on a leader attached to some braided line. You could do this if you have monofilament rigged up. You could just tie the hook up right to the monofilament, and believe it or not, that's all you need. The hooks provided in the kit are extremely durable, and they come in various sizes so that you can match them to your bait. It's going to be an easy way to rig up and just get going. Now, another way that I like to rig if I'm trying to get to the bottom, which is an old school rig that your grandfather probably used, is to put a small weight on a swivel like so, and then another small leader, about 2 feet of leader, to a circle hook. So this is a very traditional rigging method, and I like to use this for small chunk baits, for shrimp, for crabs, or for any other methods that I'm going to be trying to catch snapper, sheep's head, or any other inshore game fish with. If you're up north, you could use this to catch tog. There's so many different things that will eat a small weight and a hook. There are tons of different weights in the kit, and there are also split shots. So if you don't know how to use a swivel and you just want to grab a split shot, you can grab 1, 2, 3, or even 4 split shots. I've rigged things with plenty of split shots just to get that bait to the bottom. So one more setup that I like to use very much is a bobber. Okay, so it comes with various bobbers, and this is my favorite way to fish live shiners and one of my favorite ways to fish live shrimp in areas of moderate current. I like to cast the bobber out, let the current, watch it move, and this is probably the most kid-friendly way to fish because it's so exciting to watch the bobber. If you have a kid that's a little bit restless and you want to give them something to do while you fish, the bobber's the way to go, because they can just focus all their attention on the bobber, wait for it to go down, and the excitement goes crazy when that does happen. So we're going to take these out. We're going to show you how we rig up some shrimp. We're going to cut them. We're going to use some live shrimp, show you how we put them on the hook, and really show you how to get going if you're a new fisherman or if you're an old fisherman and you want to see some other tips and tricks. Hopefully we catch some fish. It's never promised, but we'll at least show you how to do it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Let's get into this video. All right, guys, so here's our bait for today, and our first setup that we're going to show you is actually very simple. We're going to take this hook, this small circle hook, and we're going to put it right through the head, not the brain, of the shrimp. So let's take a look at this. Now this is rigged up on a bobber, so the easiest presentation is just going to be basically take this bobber, pitch it up under there, and just let that shrimp work to the bottom. So just watch the bobber, see what's happening with the shrimp. Hopefully it gets eaten, and then at this point it just becomes a patience game. So this is going to be our first setup. Honestly, for kids, I think this might be the funnest way to fish these shrimp or fish any live bait. Remember that you can also use these same rigging methods with freshwater shiners and even small fish bites to catch bluegill and sunfish. We have our friend Philip on the boat who's using the free line method. Oh, and now that was a fish right there. We just lost one. Philip's on. He's got a snapper. You want to show the camera, Phil?
Yeah, sure, of course.
So Phil's a native here. We're fishing in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He's lived here his whole life. So we've got a nice little mangrove snapper. They need to be 10 inches to keep, right?
Yes, sir.
10 inches to keep.
You go like that.
So let's try it again with the bobber. You don't even have to get the bobber to go far. We're getting snapper this close to the boat. So let's see. There is some trees there, and I don't want the bait to get stuck in that, so I am. Oh, there we go. And we're on. We got one. Look at that, guys. That's a fat little mangrove snapper. It's that easy. It is that easy. That was my second shrimp. With these little right angler circle hooks, they set themselves so it's minimal work for you and the family. Perfect hook set right in the top of the mouth. Be careful when you're handling these snapper though, because they have these two little front teeth, if you could see those there. And they hurt. Every inshore Florida angler's been hit by those before, right, Phil?
Oh yeah.
Cute little snapper. Let's switch up the rig and let's try with the weight. All right, so same deal here, but I'm gonna show you a different way to hook it. So I'm gonna go underneath the tail. Phil's on, a little bigger?
The same size the last two.
Underneath the tail, just like so. Let's check out Phil's.
That was just a piece of shrimp. They came by and bit the head off there.
Look at that, they're loaded. Guys, this is the funnest fishing that you can do, whether you're with friends or family, or you're just trying to get some dinner.
That water's still 60 something.
Is it? These circle hooks are working great, because I'll tell you what, these snapper are normally really hard to keep on the hook. They're called snapper because they literally just snap at the shrimp. Personally, for me as an angler, I think that mangrove snapper are the best tasting inshore fish.
By far.
I really do. They don't yield as much, so that becomes the issue, but you can keep 5. Oh, we're getting hit, we're getting hit. We're on. It's a better one. Look at that, man. Cast and catch, cast and catch. These circle hooks are like, what, 4 for 5, 3 for 4?
So far, yeah.
Beautiful
Really
fish. That beautiful blue line on their mouths, just, oh man. Now we're gonna put it through the head yet again, but we're gonna try to go under the bridge, maybe find a different species. Do you have one under the bridge?
Yeah, but you took half my shrimp.
I'm just gonna go way up under there.
I'm just gonna float up the piece again.
Phil is free lining, guys. So remember our 3 methods that we rigged up for this video were the free line, the weight, and the bobber. And so far all 3 have caught. And again, there's split shots in there. There's a lot of stuff. So when you're fishing a circle hook, it's very important that you do not set the hook. When you feel the fish, just reel tight. You can lift your rod tip up. Oh, that was a good fish.
Oh, there he was. He took my shrimp. It was a really small fish.
Mine felt good. I put a big shrimp on it, took it 1 bite. One more method. There's so many ways you can hook shrimp. So we went underneath the tail, we went through the head, and this is a very old school method that's hard with circle hooks. But basically you're gonna find the entry point. So we find the entry point here at the tail, but then we hook it like so. I honestly think this might be one of the most effective ways to fish a shrimp. Have you seen this rigging method?
Oh yeah, of course.
My grandpa used to do it.
That's one of my favorite ways to rig them for black drum specifically, because black drum tend to suck it up more rather than peck.
I'd love to get a black drum.
Oh yeah, this is time you get them up here too.
So I think it's important to mention, guys, if you're fishing from a boat, canoe, kayak, or even from land, the current is coming towards the bow of the boat. So the tide is coming towards us. And what we're doing is we're casting the shrimp up the current and letting them come back naturally. We call that a sweep. There we go, that's a better fish.
Oh, it's a little black drum shrimp. Or no, is that a
Sheep's head, baby.
Sheep's head, very nice.
Multi-species angler.
Nice. Keeper, but hey.
I knew I had a bigger bite under there. So guys, this is a sheep's head, another great fish to keep and great fish to eat. They're very, very popular in Florida as an inshore species, and again, they're very popular because they have these human-like teeth. Look at those teeth, look at those chompers. Super cool fish, very delicious. This one is a little bit too small, but that one was caught on this weighted rig, so this very small weight, swivel, and this small right angler circle hook. Again, every fish caught has been caught using some part of the right angler kit. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. The Right Angler kit absolutely proved itself effective. And again, we only showed you 3 different rigging methods that are very mainstream and easy to do rigging methods. The weight on the swivel, the free line, and then of course the bobber. There are tons of different things that you can do with this hook kit. There are tons of different ways that you can rig it. There's tons of different hook sizes, but the thing to remember is that the gear is quality. The hooks are quality. They were able to set very well, and it's very, very user friendly, and it's an awesome kit for you guys to go out and catch some dinner, catch some inshore fish, catch some largemouth bass, some cichlids, some sunfish, some bluegill. It's really going to work for whatever. I definitely recommend it, especially if you have a family and you want to take your kids out for a day of fun. The bargain that you get for everything that comes in the kit is really unmatched. So go to rightangler.com, check it out, and thank you so much for tuning into this channel. If you guys like these videos and you want to see more from myself and Right Angler, then drop a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like these videos as we continue to grow this Right Angler channel. You guys rock, and thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video.